No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we're going to be watching Interstellar. Today I have Thor from Thor Reacts joining me.
Hey everyone.
Thor is a fellow YouTuber and we've reacted to Dune on his channel. So after you finished watching this one, make sure to go and check it out. Like all of his links to his channel, to his Patreon, all of that is going to be linked down below. So make sure to go over to his channel, subscribe, shower with him love, leave some comments on his video, some likes, like do all that good stuff. So Thor, you have seen this movie before, right?
Yes, I have. I am a very big Christopher Nolan fan, and I actually, in my family, there's a huge disagreement that we fight over about this film, and I am on the side of this film.
Okay,
so I will just say that going in, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I actually have never seen it. I don't know anything about it. Like the most I know is I'm pretty sure that Matthew McConaughey is in this, but that's also like 90% sure. Like that could be a possibility that he's not in this. I don't know the plot or anything. Like I've never seen a trailer for this. Yeah, I'm going in completely blind, so I'm curious to see where I fall on the scale. Like, do I like it? Do I hate it?
I'm really excited that you know so little about it going in. Have you seen Christopher Nolan movies in the past? Like, have you watched movies like Inception or The Dark Knight?
Yeah, those are the exact two that I have seen.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah.
I had a feeling those were the two exact ones.
Exactly.
But so it's the same director. That
Yeah.
is.
I like all of those, so
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this one. Like Inception was very interesting, so I'm expecting this is gonna be like that weird, is it gonna make sense, is it not making sense, like what's happening sort of feel.
No idea.
So yeah, if you guys want to watch the full uncut reaction with us, it's gonna be linked down below. It's gonna be up on both of our Patreons, so yeah. Okay, we're starting straight away with the title. Interesting.
Oh, my dad was a farmer.
Dad?
For our nose and mouth so we wouldn't read so much of it.
Interesting that it's like in a documentary style.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good day at school.
Hold up. Parent-teacher conferences. Parent, not grandparent.
Grandpa was like, I am not going to school again. I am too old for that. You go.
It's like, this is your job.
She's single.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Repopulating the earth. Start pulling your weight, young man.
He has 2 kids already.
Yeah, it's like he's done a little bit of that job.
Yeah, and he's talking, he has 1 son. It's like, man, you do it.
Dad!
Look up.
You told me to keep driving.
I guess that answers the old if I asked you to drive off a cliff scenario.
Like, what was he going to say as they fell? I told you so, you told me.
I told you, I called Dad. Like, why did you not look up?
Corrected.
Explaining how the Apollo missions were fake to bankrupt the Soviet Union.
Ooh.
Murph got into a fistfight with several of her classmates over this Apollo nonsense. So we thought it would be best to bring you in and see what ideas you might have for dealing with her behavior on the home front.
Give her a cookie for a job well done.
Baseball phase. Her favorite team's playing. There's gonna be candy and soda. I got you suspended.
What?
Honestly, I love that he's on her side though. Like, it's always nice to see the parents supporting their kids.
Yes, I know. Like, what kind of teachers? It's like, oh, your daughter brought a textbook. How terrible behavior. Fix it at home.
I know.
In case the ghost is trying to communicate.
No way there's an actual
trying to
ghost in this, is there? Honestly, I would love it if there were.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Or if I just don't think your bookshelf's trying to talk to you.
Or there's just a man living in their walls.
I don't think it's ever gone well for characters who don't take, ghost ideas seriously. It's like, come on, if there's ever a lesson taught in cinema.
The children know best. If the child says something, it's usually true.
Yes.
Let's mask up.
Well, we'd be ready for that.
I know, it's like, this is a little bit too real right now.
Yeah. It's a little depressing.
I know.
Like, okay.
Should have watched this the year it came out. Then it would have been like, oh, how interesting, and something that would never happen.
Yeah.
It's not a ghost.
Well, what is it then?
It's gravity.
All right, Isaac Newton.
But you don't know what you're gonna find.
Oh.
You just saw that in her face.
It was like a huge deal, like mask up, and he's just like, here you go. Poor kid.
When he's excited, he's like, a little dust in the face. Okay.
It's fine.
Make this the end of the road.
Didn't you bring the bolt cutters?
That's my girl.
I love her problem solving.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. If my daughter said that, I'd be pretty proud of her too. Just casually waking up from sleep. Get the bolt cutters, Dad.
Step away from the fence.
Don't shoot, don't shoot. I'm not armed. My daughter's in the car.
Don't be afraid.
Someone who just electrocuted my dad is like stumbling over to me and is like, "Don't be afraid." Like, okay.
Everything's okay.
Where's my daughter?
Don't make me take you down again. Sit down. They're old and they're controlled.
And Hathaway?
Hello, Cooper.
Professor Bryant.
Oh,
Explain to me how you found this
Michael
facility.
Caine? That's a spaceship. That's a spaceship.
Those are some good soundproof doors. Like, right next to the conference
I
room.
know.
And your daughter's generation will be the last to survive on Earth.
Murph was feeling a little tired.
That's some pretty depressing news. Like, if we're
Yeah.
down to one more generation of supplies for everyone on Earth.
I can't tell you any more unless you agree to pilot this craft. You're the best pilot we ever had. But something sent you here. They chose you.
Well, who's they?
Well, say something, man. Who are they? Like, he's just staring at him. Like, give him an answer.
A wormhole's not a naturally occurring phenomenon.
Someone placed it there.
They?
Who are they?
Whoever they are, they appear to be looking out for us.
You don't have the resources to visit all 12.
No. Data transmission back through the wormhole is rudimentary.
What about the people here? You give up on them? My kids?
That's why Plan A is a lot more fun. And by the time you return, I will have solved the problem of gravity.
That seems like a big solve. Are you sure you can do it?
How much do you trust the guy?
I'm gonna figure out how to do gravity on this other planet. Easy peasy.
Stay. It says stay, Dad.
One for you,
Oh god.
one for me.
They're bringing in time. That's not a good sign.
I mean, by the time I get back, we might even be the same age. You and me? What? Imagine that.
I'm imagining you're missing your child's entire life. That's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know if that's very comforting for
It's just
her.
like, I'm sorry, the what?
Don't make me leave like this, Murph.
Such a shitty choice because, like, you have to go to try and give her her best chance, but if you fail, then you just squander your days with her.
Yeah.
I'm coming back.
I think you are, but when is the question?
Trouble safe, yeah?
That is seriously the worst.
Everybody good? Plenty of slaves for my robot colony?
What's your humor setting, Tars?
That's 100%.
Bring it on down to 75, please.
Honestly, I'm rooting for the robot. You go, Tars. You build your little colony.
Absolute honesty isn't always the most diplomatic, nor the safest form of communication with emotional beings.
Okay.
Emotional beings. You call them little bitches. It's like, oh, you guys are just so emotional. I can't be honest with you.
You can't handle the truth. Robot edition.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn.
Why is he just reciting poetry?
Did this to inspire you guys, okay?
Rage against the dying of the light.
I mean, it does make for a pretty cool movie moment.
Yeah. And like with Michael Caine's like deep voice, it really just
Yeah.
works.
Dad's about to go down for the long nap, so I wanted to give you an update.
I love these shots where you just see how small they are in comparison to the vastness of space. You know, like we'll cut in on the people, then it just occasionally be like, this is
Yeah.
where they are, in the middle of nothingness.
It's so scary. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's very scary.
So we got a pretty good idea what we're gonna find on the other side, huh? Navigationally.
Oh god. I'm stressed. What's on the other side? Oh, okay. We're bending. We're bending space.
I mean, that looks awesome. I want like a miniature of that. Like a little
Yeah.
globe or something that looks like that.
That's what you want to hear.
It's distorting space-time.
What is she touching? I can't see.
First handshake.
Where?
I have no words.
We're here.
She seems so relaxed. I think I would definitely be the guy being like, no, what are you doing touching that? Haven't you seen Alien? Like, come on.
I haven't, but I'm assuming you're not supposed to touch aliens.
I haven't either, but I'm just like, come on. You know things can jump out at you, kill you in space.
It's just like... And then she's like, oh, it's a handshake. Like, why do they know what a handshake is? Like, it didn't seem like they had hands.
Every hour we spend on that planet will be 7 years back on Earth.
That's bad. That's very bad.
Minimize thrusting, but make sure we stay in range of Miller's planet. You got it?
I wouldn't leave you behind, Dr. Brand.
Like, the others, I don't really care.
Ours is just hilarious. I'd be like, keep your humor setting exactly where it is.
Exactly, 100% is good. Honestly, I'm really just rolling with this idea because I do not understand how that would even be possible, that 1 hour counts as 7 years.
I do think there was a lot, like Nolan consulted with people to like do a lot of research to add a lot of realism to the movie. I don't know what to what degree things are theoretical or things that we actually know.
Alright, they made it. Now what's waiting for them on this planet?
Very efficient.
His face.
What are you waiting for?
Like,
they are not happy with him.
could you have given us a warning beforehand? Oh. That's not what you want to see.
Nope.
Where's Miller?
Brand Doyle, back to the Ranger now.
Yeah, that's a little bit high.
And that's so close.
I know.
Get your ass back to the Ranger now.
Oh, you weak bitch. My man was standing outside the door for so long. He really should have just gotten in.
I really think he should. Yeah, he should have gone in sooner. Come on.
Like, instead of looking at her, not doing anything, you could have just gotten in and looked from there.
I was trying to do the right thing.
Can you tell that to Doyle?
What's this gonna cost us, Brand?
A lot. Decades.
Holy shit.
I've waited years.
Oh.
How many years? By now it must be.
It's 23 years, 4 months, 8 days.
This poor man was all alone for that long? Oh, he not doing okay.
There's nothing here for us.
Like 23 years of waiting for nothing? I would be so pissed.
Hey, Dad. Checking in. Saying hi. Hey, Dad. Look at this. Your grandpa.
Oh my god.
No, Grandpa died last week. We buried him out in the back 40 next to Mom, and
How do you even cope with something like this?
letting you go. I don't know, wherever you are, Dad.
I refuse to accept this. They need to find a way back in time. You know what? Let's make that happen because this is just so tragic.
And you're losing out like on seeing your whole kid's life, you know, everything in an hour. Like
In an hour, you have a grandchild and your father has died and your daughter is...
Hey, Dad.
Jessica Chastain.
You once told me that when you came back, we might be the same age. And today I'm the age you were when you left.
Honestly, I had like this theory while they were going into the wormhole. That what if they're the ones who created the wormhole? Like they're the dam. Like they made all of this happen somehow. When Anne Hathaway said that, like, oh, they're really looking out for us. It's like, what if it's you? Like you found something that can make this happen.
I'm afraid of time.
that's very clever.
Has he still not figured it out? This man was like, I'll figure it out by the time you get back. I don't think he assumed 23 years was gonna pass, so...
Yeah.
Sir, I feel like you lied.
You calling my life's work nonsense, Murph?
No, I'm saying that you've been trying to...
Do not go gentle into that good night.
She's like, again with this poem.
It's like, that's your message, Dad. You're on a loop.
Could you not find a new poem in these past 23 years? Nothing else that you like?
She's in love with Wolf Edmonds. Is that true?
Yes.
Oh.
And that makes me want to follow my heart. The tiniest possibility of seeing Wolf again excites me.
That doesn't mean I'm wrong.
But also, like, Cooper is the same way because he wants to go to the closer planets so that he can see the ones he loves. They're both following their hearts.
I don't know what I would do if I was actually in those circumstances, you know?
Yeah, do you try and at least see the person you love? See if they're still alive? Like, give them a chance? Or do you go for something else?
Yeah, like, do you go for what seems logical, or when you don't know all the facts, do you follow your heart, so to speak?
Look at how big the child is already. Oh god, he's sick, he's dying. I can't deal with this. Oh, it's probably breathing this, whatever this is in.
It's honestly such a depressing look at the future, you know? Like, is this where we're headed? Is this what's going to be happening in like 40 years?
It's so scary that this is an actual possibility for us.
Starting a colony could save us from extinction. You might have to decide between seeing your children again and the future of the human race. I trust you'll be as objective then.
Yeah, what do you choose, like, in that situation? It's like the question of, you know, like, if there's a building on fire, do you save one person you know or 5 people that you don't know?
Personally, I feel like if it was 5-1 and one person I know, I'm going for the one I love.
Yeah, I mean,
now, if you go on this mission for the whole human race, I feel like if you accept the mission, like, you have to prioritize that. Otherwise, like, stay home with your family, you know, spend all those years with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
god, about what?
There is no way to help us.
But Plan A, did my father know?
Do not go.
Chanted into the god night? Jesus Christ. My guy.
This was all a sham.
Jesus
They left us
Christ.
here.
I love the camera work of that whole moment. Like, from starting the camera from behind her head, like, as she's saying that, and then, like, the slow cut across to see them just missing that message when they're going on this.
It's just like the timing, no.
I know. It's like, are you serious?
And what's the point? Like, see, this is where I don't get it, because now they're really just fighting extinction. But you're just creating new people. You're not saving the ones who are already here.
Exactly. Like, you
So it's
saved
like,
no one. Like,
what's the point, right? Like, you're just creating a new generation who has to deal with something new, and that's something that's equally as difficult to live it, like, on this planet, for example.
yeah, like, does it matter that another human race is born if no one's saved? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, now that's a different question, and I feel like I would be against that. Like, I would try and save the already existing people. And if we can't do that, you know?
And definitely, like, lying to someone about, like, to get them to go on this mission. Because I 100% think that he would not have gone if he had said, like, there's no chance of you coming back. You're just starting a new population of humans. Say goodbye to your family forever.
Yeah, the only reason he went is because of Plan A, because there was a possibility for Plan A. Is that Matt Damon?
You have literally raised me from the dead.
Lazarus.
Tell us about your world.
It's kind of shit.
But undeniably beautiful.
I mean, that's
And where the heck did they film this?
I feel like this is just like a desert and that they color graded it.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I mean, he's like, it's beautiful. I'm like, that's subjective because this is ugly as hell.
Dr. Brand, Case is relaying a message for you from his home station.
Is it gonna be that message?
Dr. Brand, I'm sorry to tell you that your father died today. To starve? Did my father know too? You left me here to die.
Cooper.
Oh, can you imagine seeing that from your kid? Like, be like, build a satellite so I can transmit a message to her and talk to her right now.
What if she dies before he gets back to tell her?
Thinking that he just abandoned her like that.
Amelia, your father solved his equation before I even left.
Then why wouldn't he use it?
The equation couldn't reconcile relativity with quantum mechanics. He was prepared to destroy his own humanity in order to save the species. He made an incredible sacrifice.
That sounds like every supervillain excuse ever. Oh, I'm doing it for the good of everyone. Kill my humanity. Shut up.
Well, people have a right to know.
Panic won't help. We just have to keep working, same as ever.
Honestly, that's so tough. Like, do you tell people or not?
And how do you break the news? Like over the PA, you make an announcement like, by the way,
we're all gonna
everything
die.
we've all been working for was a lie.
Lunch is on me today.
If there's an answer here on Earth, it's back there. Somehow in that room.
Honestly, I'm so curious about like the reveal for that, like what's going on with the house and like what makes her special.
What's to say there isn't some way that the probe can glimpse the singularity and relay the quantum data? If he's equipped to transmit every form of energy that can pulse.
Just when did this probe become a he, Professor?
TARS is the obvious candidate.
Oh, sweetie, no, not TARS.
Before you get all teary, try to remember that as a robot, I have to do anything you say.
That makes it worse. He doesn't even have a choice. Honestly, I would be terrible if like they actually created AIs. I would not be able to treat it as a robot. It's like it's a little person.
Especially with a personality as cool as TARS. I'd be like, I'd rather you keep me company on the return journey.
Exactly. Screw the human race. TARS, human race. I'm sorry, TARS 1.
Yeah, come on.
What does research tell us is the last thing you're going to see before you die? Your children. Their faces. At the moment of death, your mind's going to push a little bit harder to survive.
So if I don't have kids, I just die?
What if I see like a really good pie or something? Does that mean that was my true love?
Honestly, me just looking at the pizza.
Yeah.
Like, I can do it. I can do it just to have another pizza.
I thought I was prepared to die.
Oh god, I don't trust him. He's evil.
I never really considered the possibility that my planet wasn't the one.
He lied. What is he doing? Oh, I hate people.
We cannot survive here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This fish had nothing. And I resisted the temptation for years.
Jesus, dude. How are you so selfish?
Right?
That's why he disabled Kip. He didn't like malfunction. He just killed it. He killed Kip. I never met Kip, but I'm offended.
Dad didn't even try! Dad just abandoned us! He left us here to die.
Oh.
You gonna wait for your next kid to die?
I feel like that's crossing the line. Honestly, this is so depressing. I hope it has a good ending. I'm just hoping for a miracle for this. It's so sad.
Don't judge me, Cooper.
Don't judge
you. You were never tested like I was. Human habit.
You know who has? The other guy on that ship. What's his name? Casey, I think? He has been tested the same way. He's been alone for 23 years and he didn't go crazy.
Exactly. And let me just say, like, if you're murdering me, just kill me. Like, don't give a speech about how I should feel sorry for you when you're killing me, please.
Like, please don't judge me. It's like, well, I am actually dying because of you, so like a little bit of a judgment here.
Even as you're killing me, you're making this about you? Like, that's worse than a selfish breakup, dude.
I can't watch you go through this. I'm sorry. I thought
It must be hard for you to watch.
I know, like I don't want to traumatize you by watching me die.
Yeah, yeah.
Cooper? Oh! This is a very cool shot. I am into this.
Hang in there, don't talk.
Man, was lying.
Please don't make
TARS, 10 o'clock.
It's Kip? Oh, it's TARS? Let's save TARS. That's my favorite character of the movie.
I mean, come on, right?
I could not save him.
TARS is in.
I'll take her from here. Do we have a fix on the Ranger?
He's pushing into orbit.
He'd ruin us?
Oh, he is ruining us.
What a bad word. Insert some bad words here.
Yes. Insert some, non-ad friendly terms to throw at this, Matt Damon, bro.
You open the hatch, the airlock will depressurize.
What does that mean?
It's not secured, so I think because there's exposure still to space, pretty sure.
So if he takes his helmet off, he's just dead? Oh, is he gonna get sucked out?
This is about all mankind. There is a moment.
It is nuts.
Oh my god, that was crazy. But my god, the fact that he was like still talking.
I know, still monologuing about his BS about mankind.
And then he just died and it was just complete silence. Like that was so crazy. I really like that choice.
20 feet out.
I need 3 degrees starboard, Cooper.
10 feet out.
I mean, this is a level of precision. I'm like, yeah, no, never in a million years could I pull this one off.
Everything has to be so perfect.
Okay, we're out of orbit.
Easy.
Okay. Gargantua, pull us down close to the horizon. Then a powered slingshot around, launching us towards Edmund's planet.
Oh,
sorry, Cooper.
Oh, romance? I thought she was into the wolf dude.
I don't think that was romantic. I think she just like he's just coming to terms with the fact that he's
not gonna see his
the
family again.
hope of seeing his family or getting back to Earth is gone now that so much has been destroyed.
I'm unsure what I'm looking at. Is that the black hole? Oh, that's them! Oh, the little circle thing.
Oh yeah, that's them. Yeah.
I didn't realize. I was like, what's that speck on it? I was like, is it a bug?
Is there something on my screen? No.
Well, this little maneuver is gonna cost us 51 years.
You don't sound so bad for pushing 120.
That's why I like friends who can make jokes like that under pressure. That's impressive.
Goodbye, Dr. Brent. See you on the other side, Coop.
See you there, Slick.
You told me we had enough resources for both of us.
We agreed, Amelia. 90%.
What? No, he's not dying. He's the main character. That's not allowed. He yeeted himself out of the spaceship. What? Sorry, where is he? He's the ghost. What the fuck? I feel like this is worse than hell.
Could you change what has happened already?
Like, it depends what kind of rule you're going with, but like, if you were to change it, you couldn't be there. Thus, you would not be,
yeah,
wouldn't
right?
be able to change it. But it makes sense why he would want him to stay, like why he would give that message.
Now don't go. Don't go, you idiot. Don't go! Come on, Murph, come on. What's his name?
You know what happened. Like, you know how this already happened. You know she got the message,
Yeah.
but
You didn't believe her.
you didn't listen.
Don't let me leave, Murph! No!
It was you.
But how did she figure that out?
I do not know.
But they constructed this three-dimensional space inside their five-dimensional reality to allow you to understand it.
Hell, that ain't working.
They didn't bring us here to change the past.
But why not?
They didn't bring us here at all. We brought ourselves. They chose her.
For what, Cooper?
To save the world.
Dad's gonna save us.
He was so surprised by that.
They're not beings. They're us. What happens now?
They were the ones shaking hands.
Remember, you're no spring chicken anymore. Actually, you are 124 years old.
Looking pretty good.
Oh, what? I guess we conquered gravity.
Cooper Station. Well, nice you to name it after me.
He's like, we named it after your daughter, you dumbass.
Well, my dad was a farmer.
Oh, that's the...
like everybody else back then.
From the beginning,
There just wasn't enough food.
Yeah.
Humor. 75%. Confirmed. Auto self-destruct T minus 10. 9.
Let's make that 60%.
60% confirmed.
Sounded so disappointed about it, like 60% confirmed, I guess, whatever. I thought it was funny, but sure.
Critiquing my humor on the first joke, like, give me a shot.
She's been in cryosleep for almost 2 years.
Oh, she's so...
You told him I like farming. How is your ghost?
I know, because my dad promised me. No parent should have to watch their own child die. I have my kids here for me now. Bran, orange galaxy.
So what did you think?
Well, it was depressing as hell, but I liked it.
I mean,
sad.
Cooper survived at the end. He got to see Murph.
Yeah, right. About that, she was about to die. Cool.
Yeah, but at least she realized before she, her whole life, she realized that he didn't just abandon her. She didn't live her whole life thinking that. And then she ended up saving, all the humans on Earth.
I mean, that's very cool. Like, very amazing of her. Like, that she figured it out. And, like, they actually were able to create, like, a little Earth somewhere else as well. Like, they didn't have to live on, like, a depressing planet. Like, it was very green and, like, Earth-like. So, I mean, it has, like, an uplifting ending, right? Because the human race survived. People on Earth survived.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, though. Like, it certainly is not just a pure feel-good movie at all. And even the ending, to me, is bittersweet because he didn't... Like, you can't replace the things that he did lose. Like, seeing his daughter grow up, spending his life with her, like, that's never coming back. Now, he sacrificed that for a noble cause to save the human race, and they succeeded, so mission accomplished. But there were some heavy sacrifices, losing that to get where they got at the end.
Yeah, I mean, like, the whole beginning was him being like, I have to do everything I can to come back to my, like, children. Oh my, why am I gonna cry?
Hey, it brings up some of those emotions. That's good.
Wait, hang on.
That speaks to the power of the movie.
Wait, I don't know why I'm crying. That's so embarrassing.
No, you're good. No, it's no. What are you talking about? No, that's not at all. I think, like, that is, for me, my favorite aspect of the movie is the strength of the relationship between Cooper and Murph and the way that that's shown. There's just a few of those scenes that really do hit you in the feels, like when he's trying to say goodbye to her and she's upset at him, like and then she kind of rushes after him, but he just misses, she just misses him driving away and he has to leave on those bad terms, and then seeing his son's life, all the years that he missed, and they come back from the planet. I don't know, like I don't think enough movies really demonstrate, like, the strength of feeling between a parent and their kid. A lot of the times the focus is romantic relationships or something, but seeing that, I feel like, just portrayed, like, the true depth of a dad that he can have with his daughter or with his son, and how hard it is to give that up, or just, I don't know, to be powerless, like trying to, like, go back in time and tell himself, like, don't go, you have to stay. Like, I don't know, it reminds me of, like, stories like A Christmas Carol or something, where, like, you get a glimpse of your past life and you can't change it, but you want to change the things you did. You want, because I think we can all relate to that idea of regret, or the idea of, like, changing things when you have the perspective and wisdom of age, and showing that through, like, the literal representation of Cooper going and looking back on his life and being, like, screaming at his past self, like, stay, like, no, it's a mistake, you don't understand. I don't know, I just thought that was handled very well and executed so well in the writing and the directing of the whole film.
Yeah, and then, like, he did choose to send himself, like, he did give the coordinates, right? Like, he did, even though all he wanted was to be with his daughter, he still made that choice that, like, this is for the good of the people.
Yeah.
And he was like, have to do it. And yeah, it's good that Murph knew that he loved her. And yeah, as you said, like, honestly, I thought that Anne Hathaway, like, I thought that her and Cooper were gonna get together. Like, at the very beginning, I thought they were gonna, like, focus on that. So I'm glad that they didn't, like, that they actually just never became romantically involved. Like, it really was focused on sort of, like, family and, like, the idea of putting, like, the species ahead. Like, I feel like even with, like, the world we live in now, it's, like, a very interesting sort of, like, idea that's going on. It's, like, the individual versus the collective, and, like, how, like, some civilizations are more, like, about their oneself, and, like, they do what's good for them, instead of what's good for everybody else. So I thought that was like an interesting theme for this one, like Cooper wanting something for himself, but then having to have to let that go so that everybody else could prosper.
Yeah, I really like you pointing that out. That is a big theme in this movie, and something that I think is hard like to care about as much, like the good, the common good of the race compared to the people that you care about. Something that is pretty interesting to me is that the characters who like said out loud like that they're prioritizing the human race, like Michael Caine's character and Dr. Mann, you know, Matt Damon, like both of them were the ones who were like, no, we have to think about the human race and continuing them and sacrifice our loved ones. At least for Dr. Mann, like he's the one who ended up being so selfish that, you know, when it came actual crunch time to prove the value of that mission, he valued his own life and his own survival above that. Whereas someone like Cooper, who would have sacrificed the mission to spend his life with his daughter, ultimately had the strength of character to make huge sacrifices, which ended up saving the human race.
Yeah.
You know, almost like like, don't trust the person who says they're so good, you know, right away. Like when you're put to the test. I don't know. I just feel like that's interesting. Like, because Cooper, and also like, even though Cooper was lied to on Michael Caine's character, right? Mm-hmm. He would not have gone if he hadn't been lied to. And the human race would have then died, right?
Yeah. But so, once he went and didn't really have a choice anymore, I guess he did have the choice, right? Because when he was a ghost, he had the choice. Like, if he had just decided not to share the coordinates, none of this would have happened. So he had the choice and he still chose correctly. But even with Michael Caine, who wanted the human race to survive, he gave up. He didn't care about the human race that was already existing. He cared about like a future generation made in a lab.
Yeah, that's a good point, because he did just completely throw in the towel. It's like, bro, you're a scientist. You can't at least try, like, even if you lied to them, which is morally, I don't know, that's actually an interesting more question. Let me ask you that. Like, what do you think about Michael Caine's character? And I would love to know people in the comments too, because he's such an interesting character. Like, the decision to lie to someone about the future and what's going to happen to go on this mission for the cause of saving humanity.
I don't know. I honestly don't know about him. Like, I would understand like Murph not telling everyone about it, because at that point it's very late and you don't want to cause panic. But with Michael Caine, like, okay, he counted it out, but like, and realized that it's not possible without like knowing something about the black hole. But couldn't he have also, like, I feel like he should have told the truth and then had like 2 projects going on. Like, I don't know if that would have been feasible or would have been like too expensive. But I feel like he should have been like, okay, so plan A, we could try and see if we can get some sort of information from a black hole. Or we can just start over. Like, I feel like he was doing it for the good of the people, but like, he would have then let so many people die. And he knew that that was going to happen. And I don't know.
To me, I feel pretty comfortable condemning him in his action of just giving up on the equation. Like, at least, you know, like Murph, like try. Even if you think you can't solve it, you have to try. But the part where I feel like it's complicated is that if he hadn't lied to Cooper, Cooper wouldn't have gone. And if Cooper didn't go, like, none of the outcome, the success that they eventually had would have happened. So,
but Michael Caine had no idea. Like, he couldn't have known that that's what would have happened, right? Like,
that's true.
It's still a condemnable action, right? Because just because it did end up turning out okay, it could have gone badly as well, you know? I don't think what he did was right. Like, I think he should have been honest with the people. Like, if he had been honest, maybe someone else could have thought of a way to solve it, right? Like, because he was saying that, like, oh, I'm gonna solve this, like, no one has to work on this, like, I got this. He prohibited other minds from finding a solution. And then maybe he could have gone and lived in a different world. Like, maybe we could have done all of this sooner. Like, we wouldn't have had to wait, like, 40 years? Or I don't know how long it was, like 30 years or something.
Yeah. My emotional instinct is just to slap that old guy in the face and be like, go read poetry in an old folks home somewhere, you lying piece of shit. Like, that's my gut response when I found out he's lying in the movie. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious?
It's like I get his motivations, but it's just so dumb.
It seems like so like it seems so manipulative and scummy, like to lie about that huge of a thing. And I personally have yet to buy like everyone's justification, like this is for the good of everyone, I do horrible things for the good. I'm like, you're just like every cliched villain in a movie. But it is I just think it's interesting because like the events wouldn't have turned out so well if he hadn't done that. I don't know. Like, I'm a big fan of this film. I won't say it's my favorite of all my Christopher Nolan films. I mean, I'm such a big fan of like things like The Dark Knight and Inception. Those probably still hold on to my favorite. Or The Prestige. I really, really like The Prestige, which you haven't seen, right?
I haven't seen, no.
Okay, I won't tell you anything about that.
Okay.
I feel like that's one of his underrated films, in my opinion. Not to overhype it for you. But this one, like, I thoroughly enjoy this movie. I think some people, it was a little bit divided, at least amongst friends and family members who have seen this. Some people are not too crazy about it.
What do they not like about it?
I think they just felt like it wasn't paced super well, like it was a little bit over long, which, look, it is a longer movie. I get it, and it's not as fast paced as some other Nolan movies. But I think it was more about like kind of the ending. They thought it didn't quite make sense, like how Murph was able to put it together that it was her father. They just thought it felt very convenient and a little bit cheesy, like that love was the answer somehow. I see what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't get how Murph put it together. She was suddenly just like, oh my god, it's you. Like, that's such a huge leap. Like, that's not even something that would ever cross my mind, honestly. Murph must have heard about the dam, who've been saving them. So, like, I don't understand why she didn't just assume that it's the dam instead of her father. But besides that, I mean, I feel like time is like a crazy thing that we're never gonna understand, like, because time isn't supposed to be linear. And I do feel like that these things are possible, we just can't comprehend them. So I like that they went, like, it's fantastical, but I feel like it could be possible. You know how he said that it's actually us humans who have evolved to this point.
Yeah.
I don't know, to me, like, maybe I'm just insane, but to me, it's like a possibility because there's so much we don't understand about time and space and all of that things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm so uneducated about all of these. Like, I could not tell you, like, I would love someone to break down, like, how much of this movie is based on real research and our understanding of space and time and gravity, and how much of it is kind of, for the sake of a movie. And I don't mind a movie breaking the rules for the sake of some drama. It's like, at the end of the day, this is a movie. I'm going to buy into a bit of fiction. But I would love for someone to kind of explain, like, no, because I know Christopher Nolan did a lot of research and consulted with people in making this. I just don't know where he drew the line, like, okay, this is for the movie just to have a good story. And this is like, no, this conceivably could play out this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm curious as well. Like, I would love to know, like, what could be a possibility.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like everything in it made somewhat sense. Like, again, the only thing is Murphy just suddenly knowing that it's her dad. I think that was the only thing that was a little bit, ex machina.
A little convenient, or yeah.
But besides that, I could buy into everything. Like, I didn't think anything was just so out there that it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. Like, yeah, I don't care how much of it was fictionalized in a sense, because it made sense in that universe, and it is a movie. Like, you don't always have to have it be perfect and, like, rooted in reality. Like, that's the fun of a movie. Like, you have to suspend your disbelief no matter what you watch, because everything is gonna have some convenient stuff happening in it.
For me, like, if a movie works on a broad level and I'm emotionally invested and it's technically crafted so beautifully and executed, like, with masterful style, and, like, the acting is good, I really can overlook maybe some tiny plot holes or nitpicking. Like, that really never compromises the movie experience for me. Like, I'm enjoying the movie, I like it, I care.
And I thought, like, Matthew McConaughey was really doing a good job, especially, like, the ending scene when he was yelling at his past self not to go. Like, I thought that was like a really good performance. So I'm buying into all of this. Like, I was right there with him. I was like, please don't go. I really was hoping for, like, that they could come back at some point. Like, that could be the end. That, like, they find a way through, like, a wormhole or a black hole or something that just spits them back up right when they left. with all the answers.
Yeah, that would have been nice, like a little time travel somehow.
Honestly, I feel like that's too like cliched and just like easy and happy, which is not usually Nolan's style, at least from the movies I've seen. But you know,
it could have felt like a little bit of Hallmark happiness.
Yeah,
like a little too perfect, no sacrifice.
Yeah, but you know what? I would have been happy.
You're like, I'll take it.
I'll take it, please.
Give me that castle in the sky any day.
Like, make it so cheesy. Make it a business and Disney movie ending. I'm fine with it. True love's kiss saves the day.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. As always, you can find the full-length reaction for this on Patreon, both on my Patreon and Thor's Patreon. And also don't forget that we reacted to Dune on Thor's channel, so now that you're finished with this one, make sure to go over to his channel and watch that video if you're interested, and also subscribe and like and comment and do all of the stuff both on my channel and on his channel. And again, a huge shout out to all my Patreons for supporting me. Thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone